my beautiful people. This is Casey Pacheco, the host of Meet the Experts. And today, let me tell you, I have a beautiful expert for you to meet. If you haven't yet seen her on LinkedIn, she is one of the hottest, highest rising value giving nurse out there. She has a nurse marketing business, and it's actually not just for nurses, it's for all healthcare professionals because she wants us to rise. So let me just not talk too much. Let me bring her in. Welcome, welcome, Sarah.
Hello, everyone. Hello, listeners. Hello, Casey. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I love your energy. I feel like I've just been given some shock to be more energized.
Well, we are so excited to have you on the show. And I know the people who are here, who are listening, I see them, they tune into your beautiful, beautiful posts. If you have not seen her post, she talks about nursing, practical things for nurses to do. And these quick tip sheets, I love it, love it, love it. So, Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us about you.
Okay, it cannot be little. I have to let people just bring a copy, a pen, because I'm about to give you a whole biography. No, I'm not going to do that. I have been a nurse. My name is Sara Aleem. I have been a nurse for more than 5 years. I started my marketing company last year as a soft launch because I was travel nursing. Bad idea. Please do not do travel nursing and start a business. Don't do this. So this year in February, I started and I gained a lot of followers. I gained 5,000 followers within a span of 6 months of posting. You can do it too. And I also have a biotechnology background. So I have a bunch of things that you can ask me around, whether it's biotechnology, nursing, marketing, business strategy, branding. Those are some of the things that I help you with. I have also helped, just as a side gig, helped doctors get into medical schools. And also it's not a talent that I promote as a business, but just in case, that's also something I've done. I've helped scientists get into their ideal clients, to their ideal universities, and also get jobs. So
this is juicy because we're going to talk about branding, we're going to talk about business, we're going to talk about marketing, but this is juicy because when people hear branding and marketing, they think only about business. But you are a brand. Your resume, everything, you're a brand. We're going to talk. Sarah, are you ready? We're going to do some rapid fire questions. You ready for some questions?
Let's do it. Let's jive with it.
Okay, so first question. If you were speaking to healthcare professionals who were just starting a business, what is one of the most important points you would make to help them understand the value of professional marketing?
So this is where I'm trying to see which question it is because I got it in certain order. I'm so sorry. I wrote all of my... Okay, so can we repeat the question? I have written all my notes. This is the first podcast, y'all. I have to tell, Casey is so special. This is the first podcast that I've actually written the answers, but not the questions. And this is the first. She was so well prepared. She was so organized with this stuff that I said, I'm going to be organized, but can you please repeat the question? I'm so sorry.
Sarah, let me ask you in the questions. I can put it in the order that that I sent it to you.
That would be really nice. See how human I am. I teach people how to use AI, but look at how human I am, you guys.
We love the humanness. We can't get away from the humanness. It's what makes us unique, right?
Yes,
so what absolutely. I want to know, and you don't have to say the right thing. I just want to hear your perspective. So if you were speaking to some healthcare professionals and they're now starting a business and you wanted to share with them the importance of professional marketing, what is one point that you would make to help them understand professional marketing?
Well, first of all, marketing comes really late. You can start a business and you could just go into the marketing realm, but there's so many nuances without understanding the business. You have to understand the essence of the business. You cannot market something if you don't understand the essence of it. Now, if you don't diagnose a patient, how do you recommend treatment plan? Marketing is not different. If I tell you, first comes the education piece, then comes the implementation piece, then seeing the where are the challenges and then going. There's so much that goes into marketing that before you don't invest in a proper business strategy, you're not going to get right branding and you're going to waste a lot of money in marketing. So one thing that I will say is please invest in somebody who understands your business. I have been a nurse. I have been a nurse leader as well. So I understand the ins and outs, the infrastructure. If you go to a regular marketer, they will first try to understand how does the hospital infrastructure work in alignment. They would not know the policy. They would not know the patient psychology. They would not know any of those things. So please align with people who can understand your business first. Do not jump into marketing first.
Ooh, that's
If you
good.
want to get business, hey, I'll take it. But do I want to do business like that? Absolutely not.
Yes. And, Sarah, I'm thinking, I know I asked you some questions, but I have so much to talk about, even the psychology of marketing, because both of us, we come from a marketing background.
Mhm.
And you think about all the psychology behind marketing, all of your skeletons come out when you start putting yourself out there.
I agree.
Let me go
Well,
to
I have actually found my stem cells as well in the process because I'm such a biotechnologist. Bones.
you know I think you have a lot to share. Let me ask you this other question, Sarah. What's one of the biggest mistakes that you see fellow healthcare professionals make when transitioning from building a career to building a business or building a brand?
I could write a freaking book about it because this is a story of every healthcare entrepreneur. Inconsistency, inconsistency, fragmented marketing strategy, fragmented business strategy, fragmented branding. It's like if I say, you know how you see a person, you meet their personality before you talk to them.
Yes.
And if they're not well put together, it's even though you want to, like, we are in a place where we don't live in a judgmental zone, our subconscious mind does make certain inferences which
Yes.
we don't want to, but they happen because in the end of the day we are human. Now imagine if somebody comes in and they have I created a very fun example that if they have like a nose of somebody else, a head of somebody else, a leg of somebody else, disjointed. And I have
Yes.
seen such poor branding. Like one day it's like, I don't remember the name of the Michael Jackson song where he sings at the end of the sentence, he says, ow, and everything. So imagine if I'm a singer, you are a singer, and we're all singers, like in analogy of entrepreneurs. And I am one day coming and I'm singing Michael Jackson with da 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 da, ow, da 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 da, ow. And then the next day I'm starting singing Crystal Gali, you left the one you left me for, and tears are dropping off my eyes. And then people will be so lost. She was Michael Jackson yesterday, and she now became Crystal Gali. This is exactly what you're doing with your branding and business strategy. It's good to learn from multiple resources, but to have inconsistency with your branding and your business strategy, that yesterday you were talking about liver and today you just decided to talk about feet, you are not even a podiatrist. Come on, let's bring you back to the earth.
Guilty. When I started, I was so guilty. I was all over the place, Sarah. I was like, and I realized that, especially for nurses, I can speak to nurses because I talk to a lot of nurses in my business. So much of the startup is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was not aware of all these things. And the system, I'm so upset about the system. I want to create something different. So you're going with passion, but you don't really have a strategy. You're just like throwing things at the wall, hoping something sticks. And
Do
if you
you go to a war without a strategy or a backup plan or an army of people? You're like, I'm ready to do a war. Your entrepreneurship is a continuous war of self-improvement. So how do you expect you go into the war and you do not have any infrastructure or infantry or anything like that?
you hear what she said, audience? She says entrepreneurship is a war of continuous self-improvement. That's deep, Sarah, because it's
That's my,
true.
do not take it. This is my, I have copyrights on this. I'm very big on copyrights, by the way.
It's copyrighted by Sarah Aleem. Give her.
Copyrighted by Sara.
I love it. So Sarah, how do you see your role in supporting marketing of healthcare businesses, contributing to the transformation of a more powerful healthcare system?
So in this case, I will employ everyone who is watching to go visit my LinkedIn profile and my website and business strategies and things that I've put out. I never write anything that does not give value. So if you see, some of it is how we can grow nurses and doctors, some of it how you can audit your own self, some of it is, so I give continuously provide value to people, and a lot of my posts not only have reposts, but they have reached more than 200, 300 saves on it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And people are continuously saving my stuff because they want to read and they want to learn and all that. So my role is, I've I don't know, I've become an accidental teacher. I don't want to call myself a coach, but my role is basically comes from a place of understanding what voice and what I want to say. If I'm not clear about my own brand voice and what I want to achieve, I can never produce a role or create a space where people can learn. So I'm continuously, my role is speaking definitely of the role. I continuously post things that are, I know will value the doctors, nurses, chiropractors, and everybody in this space.
Yes, and I appreciate you because I think if people really either they use your services or they just take your advice, I think that it would really impact their businesses. I think what you have to say will help people really reflect and streamline in the significance of what they have to offer. What I see is when people, nurses, doctors go off on their own, the thinking is very small, where they may come from huge hospital systems. They want to just have a little nurse practitioner practice or a little doctor's practice when so many people need their services. And I really think that if they have the right team behind them, they can scale and they can be just as effective, just like the
Yep.
hospital.
Yep. It's going to be a little bit of growing pains, but they come, if you're scared of growing pains, then do not do business. It's not for you. I
It's
mean, business is not for everyone. So why promote doing business for people who don't have that? It's not like they can do, but if you don't have that mindset, please don't put yourself and your mental health in that, because a lot of people have also suffered from it and they have just been scarred from it.
Mhm.
So I mean, one of the things that I do is when people, clients come to me, even if they don't, I look at their readiness to start a business. And so what I do help them is, where are you at? What are your resources that can help you? A lot of times I've said no to people because I felt like they're not ready. And so a better thing, a gesture of kindness, I cannot make a business out of everyone. That's not my strategy. My strategy is how I can empower people. And so I give them resources that will help them kind of start on their own, maybe not slowly, but it'll empower them.
I love it. I really do love it. And audience, she's not paying me. I'm not, I really love that nurses are looking out for each other and really helping to market because I'm a coach. I'm all about visibility and I want you to be visible. So
Yes.
that takes not just visible and I have a product, but that takes strategy. So Sarah
Mhm.
is really good with the strategy behind your business. So
Yes.
check her out. Okay, my next question is many nurses, we're coming out of an era where collaboration and support among our peers wasn't always the norm. So, what's one thing you would encourage nurses to do to create a sustainable and a profitable collaboration?
So actually, I've met two or three businesses that are collaboration based, and they are going really successful.
Okay.
And the way they went successful is, if you partner up with a similar person, yes, you'll have a lot of giggles, but you will not have business because you're thinking alike. You need to have somebody who can complement you, not be different, but complementary to you. And those are the businesses you want to go. Just don't create partnership because you have the same idea and you have like-mindedness. There are certain things that I've seen the results to be successful. Again, it's all about evaluation. When I look at the evaluation charts of businesses where the teaming is, that I do look to the dynamics. Some of the partnerships are very good in terms of emotional support, but their mindset does not complement each other.
Talk
So
about
it's about
you
alignment. It's about alignment. Please don't just partner up with everybody just because you're emotionally aligned. If it is a business, then align with the business mindset. If it is a let's grow together type of a situation, that you make money, I make money, then align with that kind of a person. Misalignment with the incorrect partner, no matter how good they are, how supportive they are, can also be a bad outcome for a business at the end of the day. So you really have to understand, are you doing it as a hobby, or are you doing as a business? Because a lot of the times people advise this stuff, you have a passion, you can create a business. No, you need to have a strategy. Again, if you have a passion but you do not see the true value of it, how does it become a business in the end of the day?
deep, 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 deep. Thank you for sharing. You talk about mindset. You talk about alignment and mindset. Can you talk
Mhm.
a little bit about the business mindset that you need to have to become profitable?
You have to see. So I actually am part of some of the communities that do businesses and all that kind of good stuff. So I actually what I'm doing right now is one of the things that keeps on coming over and over. You have to have money to make money. So some of the business mindset is to see where is the value, what is the outcome that I'm looking for. If you don't understand what is the outcome and what are you trying to deliver, you're not going to have a business. So that's really important, to have a mindset of understanding what exactly is the business, what am I selling, how am I providing value. So those are things to be really considered.
And I say that, Sarah, because we see a lot of nurses, we have so much passion and we start a nonprofit, which is a business. It should, if you wanted to. Um, we have so much passion and we want to serve, but so many times that business side is not there. And we run on fumes because we're trying to bootstrap businesses, and we don't really have the capital or maybe the know how or the strategy. So I really love that she said this, Sarah. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So many nurses are thought leaders, system thinkers, but unless they can convert the ideas into products or services that the market recognizes or the market will pay for, they will remain unpaid. How do you think marketing helps them not just to promote their brand, but to actually build a scalable revenue?
So there's a lot of different things. If you are doing marketing, but you don't have a way to, like, for example, you say you're marketing, but you don't have an infrastructure to retarget the audience. So a lot of it has to do with the back end. How have you placed the back end engineering? So, for example, if I'm going and I'm marketing myself, say I have a webinar, but if I don't have a system to collect those people as people who are interested, if I don't have an automation infrastructure or a place to digitally send them to, then I would not have a business. People think that they can do business without having any digital presence. They don't have booking calendars, they don't have any of those type of things. So how do you expect people, then they're writing things on the copy and pencil and all that, and then they are losing those clients. You
Yes.
need to have marketing itself will do a lot of stuff, but you need to have also a back end support. Where are you like harboring all those clients? Where is your collection tool, are you collecting them? Do you have the right way to retarget them and repurpose marketing can get really expensive really fast if you don't have the way or means to repurpose it.
Yes. And if you're not keeping up with the systems too, because I'll tell you, in the 5 years I've been in business, it has become so much easier with the tools. tools, but sometimes you spend so much money on all the fancy tools and you didn't even need that. You just needed somewhere to collect someone's name and number. That's it.
Yep. Yes, absolutely. So marketing is essential, but if you don't have the right infrastructure, like for example, if you're calling somebody to your home, but if you don't give them the address, where to go, how to go, what is the map and all that, they're not going to come to you. They're going to think, oh, this is somebody I met who is
Yeah.
expert in this, but I'm not sure what am I supposed to do next, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to figure all of that out. Now, before I go ahead, I just wanted to talk, Sarah, about what you have seen because we were talking a little bit about it. And in my experience, I have offered nurses marketing. Actually, my first client was a nurse practitioner, but I realized when things got going, I don't know if it was the fear of success or it was too much. I realized that nurses didn't really want to invest in the marketing, but then they go and they invest in these other marketers and then they get scammed. Not scammed, but it doesn't align. They don't know, they don't really know what nurses need. So they actually start marketing in a very sales, high pressure driven market, and they're not even there yet. Whereas when we're speaking with nurses, we know where they're coming from and we're helping them gently to build a business. I don't know if it's
So
been.
there is definitely a dichotomy that I see. Either a nurse is super ready, they're ready to make sales or anything like this, or there's a nurse who is like very conservative because she was burnt out, or she's very cautious and very calculated about the budget and all that. Either way, if they don't understand the marketing stuff, then you have to, the best option is to educate, because this is what I do with my clients. Some of them need a little bit more education, just like a patient who is, you always get a patient who is diabetic, who you must have seen. Any nurse who is watching this, any doctor who is watching it has heard a story where a patient is diabetic infiltrated and they have PAD and PVD destroying their legs, and now it has gone to a gangrene point, and the doctors have told them 50,000 times, you need to have amputation, you need to have an amputation, do not let it go. So I mean, yes, and the part so I'm going to answer it in two parts. Please do prevent yourself from investing in bad places before bad marketing infiltrates your business and mind. So don't let it happen to you. This is a very common problem that I see. And it's not just you. You alone is not feeling that way. You must have seen one successful nurse. But remember, that successful nurse must have 30 years behind her, where she has built a huge network of other relationships.
Yeah.
You saw that she became successful, but you didn't see the 30 years behind her. Then it's a problem. So this is a common issue. When I dig deep, one of the things that come into when I do my assessment is they have seen somebody who has done it and they just skyrocketed it and they have that mindset, or they don't, then they become so afraid and they are like, I don't want to sound salesy, and every marketing looks like it is salesy.
Yeah.
So when we do marketing, we're not doing flashing, we are doing where to put your business where it has most value. Marketing does not mean fancy ads. Marketing does not mean marketing actually does not mean sales. Marketing means where can we show it to the place where it has the most value, if done by the nurses who understand healthcare.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And Sarah, I love what you're doing for nurses because a lot of your content is actually educating nurses on
Yes.
marketing. Mm-hmm.
Doctors as well.
And
Doctors as well.
Mm-hmm.
And chiropractors. I mean, we don't use them as chiropractors because I do not know where the chiropractors are on LinkedIn. There are few, but they are like few, and they are like scaling up high, but they either they're not or they're there. So it's like very all over the place. But hey, that works.
So I have a question for you, just a little bit of your story. How did you make the pivot from biotechnology to travel nursing to entrepreneurship? How was that pivot for you? Was it a natural pivot? Did you have natural business acumen, or is this something that you're developing and seeing?
So
Yeah, I
biotechnology was because I loved it. I'm inherently a introvert, and I've always liked numbers and crunching things, and I've always loved maths more than bio. Can you believe it? But so here's the thing, I loved the science, but I didn't like the politics. And I also felt like I've become really very calculated as a person, become really like analytical, and I wanted to invest in myself for my personal growth. I wanted to invest in places that grow me emotionally. So nursing was that. The reason why I moved to nursing is because I wanted to see a lot of emotional intelligences in me, and I wanted to see how I can work with that capacity. I wanted to explore other parts of my brain.
okay.
Entrepreneurship was basically a byproduct of seeing so many bad decision making happening, or in healthcare industry in general. It's not one hospital, it's just a systemic issue. And marketing, I mean, after I've written it in a few of my posts that after investing in 23 different businesses, I chose marketing because this is where I could change what I really wanted to change. I wanted to improve patient outcomes and reduce the clutter through which the series of cycles that patient has to go to right physician and all that. And sometimes people are hospitalized in best of the best hospitals, and all the teams, whether it's vascular, whether it is cardio, whether it is GI, they're all scratching their heads and not one person. So, I mean, I think if these people can get the business ahead of time, or they could find a doctor or nurse ahead of time, they'll be, we can reduce this unnecessary physical burden on hospitals and these places, and a patient is happy, the doctor or nurse is happy, everybody is healthy, and we are not just the burden of hospital and just the now people are going more towards Medicare. And so, or I'm going to go into a little bit on politics side, even though the question didn't warranted it. But remember, we are paying taxes towards that. We are paying taxes for all of that. And now billions of dollars are wasted every year on people who could have gone earlier. So wouldn't it be nice, instead of giving years and years of taxes to build your own brand and business, get those people in beforehand and fix up the infrastructure of healthcare in general?
I love it, Sarah. And when I saw you on LinkedIn, I said immediately, I have to have her on the show because I think there is a lot to be said behind the intention of
Mhm.
people doing marketing. There are people out here, and I'm not judging their motives. They are out here to make a lot of money, and you can having a marketing
Oh,
business.
I
Go ahead.
just realized that I gave you the answer of the rapid, but I didn't give you the fire. So
Oh,
when you
go.
say that they invest in marketing agencies, yes, that's the reason why I came into marketing space, because you are just giving out blueprint. Never have I ever given in any of my posts, this is the blueprint. In fact, today the post that went really, it has already reached 100 likes and all that within the first 5 6 hours. But here's the situation. I never give blueprint, because how can I give you blueprint when you are unique? So
Mm.
when marketers come in who are not from healthcare industry, they patch whatever they did in a restaurant business. There you go, copy paste repeat, copy paste rinse and repeat, copy paste rinse and repeat. What is your business? Who are your target audience? Blah blah blah. What is your budget? Seal the deal. We can make you the most popular person. You're going to be Lady Diana tomorrow. Lady Diana when she was popular, not what happened to her, God forbid. But you will just make you really popular in just overnight, and glam, 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 and bam, 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 bam.
Yeah. And I agree. There are a lot of marketing companies, and I'm not saying this is all of them, but there are a lot of them that I think when it comes into the healthcare space, and just being transparent, I'm not hating against any hospital system, but even some of the hospital systems marketing techniques, it's like, are you really for the community, or are you just in competition with the other healthcare system? So I believe, and this is why I even developed a holistic marketing system, because I believe your intention, even starting putting out any type of content into the world, if it's not coming from a really good place, your results are going to be limited. And I think the people who are coming into business, whether you're a nurse practitioner, a nurse, a CNA, a chiropractor, a holistic health coach, a holistic
Mhm.
doctor, naturopathic doctor, medical doctor who just sick and tired of the system, whoever you are in this healthcare space, your business is coming out not because you just want to make money, but it's coming from a pure intention that you really want to serve humanity better. And I am such a big proponent of aligning who what you're doing with the people who have the same values as you. So you go out there and they treat in the marketing like numbers, and the people are just numbers, and they just want quick sales and they don't care. That's not in alignment with the purity of what you're breathing. So I support Sarah. I support we have a lot of nurses in Africa who do digital marketing as well. I support these because it's coming from such a pure space to help
Yes,
you be visible.
that
Anything?
is so nice. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
So I support you. If you are not connected with Sarah, please do so now. She just has such great content. She is an expert in her own right. She is a nurse. She's been a travel nurse. She's seen such a diverse amount of healthcare businesses, and she's helped so many people. So if you are not connected to her, make sure you connect with her. If you are not yet subscribed, meet the experts on YouTube. My channel is called The Spark is Love, because love is where it all starts. Thank you so much for being such a faithful listener. If you have any questions, you see I asked Sarah all my questions. So now it's your turn. Leave it in the comments below. If you have any questions for Sarah, I will make sure that she gets back to it. My team will come back and check on it. If you want to know how to work with her, she has a few. If you go on her LinkedIn, she has a few giveaways of how to work with her, how she can speak with you, evaluate your stuff. Did I cover everything, Sarah?
Well, I mean, if you want to have quick way, LinkedIn is the best place, like DM wise. But if you want to make an appointment, you can always go to www.elysianmedicinadigitalmarketing.com. And well, actually, it's elysianmedicinamarketing.com. And you'll see an appointment link, and you can always make your appointment over there as well.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for sharing so much value, as always. Thank you for coming on the show. I hope we'll have you back again. And audience, thank you for listening in. We hope you're going to get off to a good start with your business and marketing. And we will see you
Hey,
next.
guys, subscribe Casey immediately. She's making so much valuable content. Give her love, give her subscription, please.
Subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye.